in my case, you have an individual who walked into a convenience store. I don't know if you know this about my child. Do you know the story? Walked into a convenience store a few years ago on Monroe Avenue and was captured on video, surveillance from the store. You guys got the tape. The DA got the tape, the footage, and was captured threatening not only to kidnap my 5-year-old daughter at the time. And it's hard to talk about because I don't know if you have kids, bro, but this is my family. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Mitchell was captured on video, voice, clear, everything. Irrefutable. No dispute about it was him. Not only threatening to kidnap, but murder and then decapitate my 5-year-old daughter and then place her head on the roof of my car. And here's the thing, and I know you guys are frustrated with some of this stuff because some of these laws, because I've talked to you guys about it and you guys have expressed genuine, disgust, I'm going to say, about the very same laws. So here's the thing, and this is not your fault, but you are representing a system. You are a branch, let me say it better. You are a branch of the very same criminal justice system. And I always put justice in quotations because, excuse my language, bro, but there's a lot of bullshit to it. This individual wasn't even charged with a misdemeanor, with harassment, which you know better than me, Mitchell, is a violation. The lowest of the crimes. Right up there, I'm going to say a bump up from what you're doing here, from a traffic ticket. Wasn't even charged with that. Furthermore, not you, but certain Rochester Police Departments who responded as court-mandated reporters, and you know this better than I do. There are certain things that you have to, by law, report to agencies such as CPS. They didn't even take that step. So at the end of the day, it's not that I have that I hate you guys. First of all, I don't hate none of you guys, bro. But it's easy to see someone like, hey, who's this Davy V, crazy guy, whatever. What's his thing? It's much harder, Mitchell, to ask. And we never had this conversation, but obviously now, to ask what happened to him. And see, these are the things that have happened in my life. Not only at a young age when I saw a different side of law enforcement, but even a few years ago, when the very same system that you guys protect, serve. That was a Freudian slip there because in my opinion, you also serve, and I know about the speeding thing, but I think policing has changed to the point that people more and more are seeing that it's less about protecting people and more about whether it's generating revenue. In other words, man to man, it's not to put you on the spot, but you're a father. So I know you're a down-to-earth guy, and I know in some way, shape, or form, you said something very interesting earlier. You said about the uniform, and I understand, that there's things you can and can't talk about. But man, I look in your eyes, bro, and I'm a good, pretty good sense character, of assessment. You know what I mean? Like, I could tell, bro. That hurts because you're a dad, bro. You know what I mean? Imagine me. Imagine that the very same system that I've been very critical of and outspoken against, it's the very same system that I can't even say, you know what, guys, YouTubers, check this out. My dad committed suicide after years of harassment by the RPD. I've been through stuff, But check this out. When I needed them the most and when I needed the system the most, they came through for me. I can't even say that, bro. That's deep. And I talk to Gil. That's why I like him so much.
Well, you understand, too. We're a part of the system. We're not the whole system.
Oh, I know. You're not.
Have you ever done a ride-along with one of us? Just to see?
It's crazy, and YouTube is going to laugh when I say this. My brother is probably my biggest critic. And I'll tell you why. He supports what I do, but he doesn't support what he calls, and I admit there's a little bit of that to me. Everybody got their style. He says I'm over the top, I'm shrill. He said that years ago I ruined the opportunity to ever do a ride-along. And I've never reached out to Simonelli. I know for a fact the Chief Simonelli, is not a fan. But I would entertain that, bro. The thing is this, people grow. And I'm not saying I've done anything wrong in my style, but yeah, my style has been a little shrill. Yeah, I sound like this, pissed off, over the top. But sometimes there's a reason for that, bro. There's a reason for grabbing people's attention.
Yeah.
Now, smart people may see that. Other folks, not to say they're not smart, maybe will miss that. You know what I mean? The thing that some people realize and some people don't, and maybe I'm the type of person that I look at stuff in depth, you know what I mean? And it's ironic because if it's one thing I can't stand in life, bro, it's hypocrisy and double standards. And there's a lot of hypocrisy in the same American criminal justice system that on one hand, you know, we protect children and we claim that we should, rightfully so. But there's also so many cracks and loopholes in the system that it allows an individual, by the way, he's an ex-con. Everybody knows who he is. I'm not going to give him the, I'm not going to give him not 15 seconds. I'm not going to give him 1 second of fame by repeating his name on here. But people know, it's all online, you know. But the individual is an individual who has been incarcerated almost half of his life. You know, with a record a mile long, which your department knows extensively as well as other departments. And it's very disturbing to know that an individual like this, you know, the law failed. To know that the same system just, it could be hypocritical, you know what I mean?
Sure.
And I know you don't make the system. Again, you're a branch of it. But listen, man, I've talked your ear off
no
long
problem.
enough.
No problem.
And all jokes aside, bro, thank you. It's not about agreeing with me. You know, it's about a mutual respect. I said the first time you wrote off, it's about a mutual respect. You know what I mean? You respect me, I respect you. Of course, we're not going to agree on stuff. You know, you're in a profession which I've been very critical of.
I'm happy to answer any questions.
No, I know.
Do all community engagements, everything.
I appreciate it, man. I appreciate that.
Just things to take into context, you know, and take into consideration. I'm in the traffic unit, so this is what I do. So if I was sitting at a coffee shop collecting taxpayer dollars while I'm drinking coffee and hanging out,
Right.
and not doing the job that they're paying me to do in the traffic enforcement
Right.
unit, then there would be an issue, correct?
Right.
But then I also don't want it to perceive like it's an issue where I'm doing my job.
Right.
And now it's like, why are you doing your job? Why are you harassing people? Because I'm
Right.
not. I'm doing the job that I'm being paid by taxpayers to do. You know, if I was in patrol, I'd be answering calls and taking reports and stuff like that. But because I'm in a specialized unit, this is the task that I have. So if you
The
go-
ticket quota thing is something that you vehemently deny, right?
You can ask anyone in the world. It's completely 110%.
Let me ask you this, and for the viewers and for me, why does it seem, and I'm the type of person that before I react, I'll see a couple, you know, I'll see if there's a pattern. And honestly, man to man, again, we're being respectful, we could agree to disagree. I've seen a pattern where after the 15th to the 17th, I'm going to say, in my opinion, from what I've seen, there seems to be an uptick in this kind of detail. Today is the last day of the month.
Yep.
If there's no quota,
There's nothing. Come ride. Tell Chief Savinelli you'd like to ride with me. And every day, you'll see I do the same thing. I write roughly the same amount of tickets. Some days it's busier, some days it's not.
but these kind of details, like right here, which I told people this is the old psych hospital.
Yep. I'm here because of the citizens of the South Wedge at the community meeting.
What days do you pick to be here? Because
It all varies. We go all over the city. So yesterday I was on
so
Dewey.
you switch it up.
Day before that I was on Genesee Street.
Where will you be tomorrow so I could tell everybody? No, I'm just.
You are more than welcome. We'll most likely be in the Clinton section tomorrow.
All right, everybody in the Clinton section, slow down tomorrow. Officer Mitchell's going to be on. No,
So it's not. We're not targeting a specific group. We're not targeting a specific.
so the fact that it's the end of the month and you're here, that's just a coincidence.
I am all over every day.
Okay.
In the traffic unit. So there is no.
So is Gil, right?
Gil's in the unit with me. There's 5 of us.